Oh hello wild ones, it is mid-October and I'm out in the mountains to have a night out under the stars, and I've got a new tent to try too. Come join me.
These are strange times. It's been so long, so
Yay, got a little tent! Hey guys, so I've been looking for a tent for next year's spring summer hiking that has 3 properties. Firstly, that it's lightweight. Secondly, that it's stealthy coloured, and thirdly, that it doesn't have seams that you need to seam seal, because I'm rubbish at that and you have to keep redoing it all the time and it's a total pain in the butt. So on my searching, I came across this one. This is called The One by Gossamer Gear. It is just over 500 grams, I think, for the tent itself, so really light. With the bags and pegs, I make it about 630 grams. The colour, I mean, I got it because on the pictures it looked like a nice grey colour and I thought that'll blend in well and just look like a rock, but it's actually green. But apparently it has got factory taped seams, so yay, no seam sealing required, and this should be completely waterproof straight out of the bag. It's easy enough to put up. You just peg in the 4 corners, stick your trekking poles in, set at 125 centimetres. The rear trekking pole leans out slightly. The material is still nylon. This floor is really thin, so I'm gonna stick a little ground sheet underneath to protect it, give me another layer. Yeah, I'd not actually heard of this tent before, which is surprising because I think it's been out quite a while now, but what I'm thinking is that it might be a nice balance between my Lanshan, which requires seam sealing and can be a bit sketchy with the old leaking and stuff, and my Durston X-Mid Pro 1, which is amazing functionality wise and performance wise, but it's just so very blue that I don't feel stealthy enough in it, unfortunately, because it is an amazing tent. Let's have a nice cozy night. I've got some lasagna for tea. Skies at the moment are pretty clear, so we might get some stars. I've got my winter gear today because I think it's gonna get cold. It's already pretty chilly actually, so let's get all snuggly. Let's make a cozy nook.
you speak back to me in a melodic line. You speak back to me, moving in and out of time.
Right, that's my floofy bed all set up. It's pretty cozy in here now actually. So this is a 1-person shelter, and as you can see, there's just room for a mat and your beds, room for some stuff at the end, but the vestibule's pretty massive. Oh my god, look, 3.6 degrees. I didn't realise it was that cold. No wonder I felt chilly. Also, I didn't notice until the next time I took this tent out, but there's actually like a washing line that you can string across the middle of the tent to hang your stuff up to dry, which is really cool. Oh look, it's a nice roomy pocket. So this is a single wall tent, which means it may be a condensation hellhole, but that's okay. I always bring just one of these and use a bivvy bag over the sleeping bag, of course. I've got quite a robust bivvy bag over my sleeping bag today because I don't know how this tent performs, and I knew it wasn't going to be very warm tonight, and I just want to know that I'll be safe and fine even if the tent fails. It does have these mesh panels at the bottom of the side panels of the tent to let the condensation drip through. We've got sidewall tie-out points here, which is great, gives you lots more room inside. The headroom's really good. I'm not overly tall at 5'7", but I have got these tiny smurf legs with a really long body, so I do need the headroom, and this one's really good. It's 0.7 degrees. And being seal nylon, it might be a bit sag-worthy in wet weather. I think my DCF tent has turned me into a bit of a DCF fangirl because the DCF just doesn't sag, it doesn't absorb any water, it all just runs off perfectly. Actually, I think DCF has kind of ruined me for other tent fabrics now. I think my ideal tent would be my Durston X-Mid Pro 1 in a nice sexy dark olive colour. Oh, it'd be absolutely beautiful. But you can't have everything. So I'm going to stop drooling over fantasy tents and get my dinner cooking. Nice homemade lasagna, because I'm absolutely Marvin. Let's do it. I actually wasn't sure what to expect tonight, wind-wise, because when I looked at the forecast yesterday, the BBC forecast, it said hurricane force winds of 16,000 434. Not sure if that's kilometers per hour or miles per hour, but either way, pretty good winds to test out a tent in. I'm assuming that was a mistake and not actual end of the world weather forecasting, but it was the BBC, so it may well have been. Yeah, I don't think this tent's particularly designed for strong winds or anything like that. It's not got all that funky geometric stuff going on that the Durston has, and I'm not expecting it to perform like the Durston does, but I will put it out in some bad weather at some point and we'll see how it does. Actually, the weather forecast does say that tomorrow we're going to get some winds around lunchtime, so I'll see what's happening, and if it's stirring up, I might hang around and see how it does. This is a 3-season tent though, so I'm probably not going to be using it much over winter. I'm thinking more for long summer or spring hiking. However, Durston have just released their X-Dome for pre-order about 2 days after I bought this tent. Typically, it looks really interesting, and I'm thinking that it might be a good tent for winter, an alternative to the hilly, maybe when conditions aren't expected to be very cold or very severe. I just wasn't planning to buy 2 tents so close together. I might have to sell something. Maybe like a kidney. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my hilly. It's absolutely amazing tent. It's just so heavy, and it'd be nice to have like a lighter option for nicer, milder winter trips. We'll see. Alright guys, I'm gonna get to sleep now under this big, beautiful moon. I'm gonna have a long, snuggly rest. I can't tell you how excited I am to not have an alarm tomorrow, so I'll see you guys in the morning. Night.
Still each breath.
As usual, my busy mind didn't fancy sleeping so early. But after midnight, when the bright moon had set below the southern hills, the Milky Way revealed itself, hanging above my tent like cosmic fairy lights.
Winter wind.
And in the northern sky, soft hues of pinks and greens coloured the horizon. A pretty aurora glowing faintly as the temperature dropped briefly below freezing.
In the silence.
Clouds gathered across the pastel, starry sky before consuming it entirely. And all the while, the night was silent and still. I snuggled back down into my sleeping bag in the early hours and drifted off to sleep.
You won't find me.
Morning! The weather's getting up a little bit. I had a lovely night's sleep, although I fell asleep really late last night and I slept in late. The wind's getting up, but the tent's doing fine with it so far. Hello! These are just sort of standard winds though, there's nothing crazy going on. Condensation's not too bad actually. Probably because it's windy now. I've been having a little fiddle with this vestibule. I read on the website that you can furl the vestibule up. Had a go at that, you just got to unclip it and roll the vestibule up. Oh yeah, that's cool. Ah! Wind's really getting up. Yeah, I really like it, you know, and the colour looks pretty nice in this cloudy weather actually. It's more the sort of tone I was going for. It's funny how they change colour in the different weather conditions. Really well. Yay, go on little tent. Take it. out here. Oh, look how gorgeous it is in this weather. I love it. Guy lines come out here. I did bring my, you know, the ground anchors for this in case I needed them, but I like to try them out first with their own pegs. This is done all right. It's warmer today, 10 degrees, so that's quite nice. Yeah. This bit of ventilation under here, quite a big panel actually, covered by this, stop the rain getting in. Is really cool. I like that. Yeah, I'm happy with the colour actually now. I think in sunlight it goes a bit bluey greeny, but looks nice in the cloudy weather. Let's see what kind of wind speeds we're getting up here. 36 kilometers per hour. 34. Yeah, it's not bothered, is it? Yeah, all dry in here. The only thing I don't really like is this big logo here. Not really a fan of big logos, but warm into the colour. I think it's performing really well so far. Glad to get a bit of weather on it today. So yeah, I think I'll enjoy using this for one of my longer trips in the summer. Thanks for sharing this with you guys. I've got to get on now, so I'll see you again soon. Thank you, camping place. Let's go. Hair everywhere. There's another plane. Hey guys, so I've been looking for a tent that what am I talking about? This is a 3-person tent though. No, it's not. What absolute shit am I chatting? Talking shit.